Okay. Next up, we have the team of Will Powell and Nic Doodson. Will Powell is the head of innovation. Nic is the head of operations.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Nic, and this is Will, and what we'd like to do today is we're going to attempt to demonstrate a product that we've built called CEO Vision. Now, as Will sets up, I'll introduce what we're trying to do. CEO Vision, we've tried to build the world's most advanced management dashboard. And we set out to answer the question that every CEO asks, which is, what is happening in my business right now? Now, traditionally, in order to get, let's say, sales data from a global organization, what you'd have to do is you'd have to get the sales, real-time sales, as real as you can get it from all the different countries, all the different systems, aggregate that into a massive data set, and then run analysis on that data set. And that could take maybe hours, or even with a massive organization, days. And the result is that a CEO is never actually up to the minute, never getting real data. But we partner with SAP, and using the HANA platform, we're able to put, in our case, 1.2 billion rows of data into a database. And using HANA, we're able to analyze it almost instantaneously. So we used this technology and thought it was pretty cool. If we can use the SAP HANA platform and the computing power that it has, why don't we build a really, really cool management dashboard on top of it? So for this scenario, we're imagining that Will here is the CEO of Keytree Consumables, and we've built a revolutionary, never-seen-before product called cornflakes. Now, we released cornflakes about a year ago, and Will, being the CEO, would like to look and see how the sales are going. So all he does is he puts on his Vuzix glasses, and he looks at the product. CEO Vision will recognize the product, and he's just clicked on product there, and we can see the marketing that we've done. So we've created a commercial. So maybe he's a CEO and he's interested in sales, so all he's going to do is reach out and pinch sales, and up will come the latest sales data. Now, I should say here what we're using to do this is Will's using a pair of Vuzix glasses. We've got 2 HD cameras and a PrimeSense sensor. And that PrimeSense sensor is doing a similar job to what a Microsoft Kinect do. It's tracking his movements in 3D. So he's able just to reach out, and CEO Vision will know where his hands are and be able to interact. So this is a lot different to what you've seen before with augmented reality. Augmented reality often is just quite one-dimensional. You're abstracted from the augment. But here, Will is able to actually interact with augmented reality. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is exactly what Will is seeing in his glasses, although he's seeing it in 3D. Okay, so we've looked at sales. Now he's going to click or just pinch on region, and we want to see how sales are going across our organization. So the CEO said, show me sales across the world. So we did. There are sales across the world. Now, hopefully this will work. You've heard of pinch to zoom? Yeah, we did the same thing, except we decided, oh, maybe not. So let's see if we can pinch and zoom. It doesn't seem to be working. We've been having trouble with the lights here. What we've tried to do is you're able to pinch and zoom in and out, so you can actually look at sales across the whole organization. There we go. And you can actually rotate it if we want to. So we're actually manipulating the augmented reality. And I don't know if you can see, but those sales figures are updating. Now this is getting, as I say, 1.2 billion rows of data. We're actually getting sales data in real time, and it's updating. Now maybe Will would like to see how his sales guys are going for cornflakes. So he's just going to click on or pinch on team. And we thought it'd be kind of cool, you know, to go with the old-fashioned Rolodex motif for looking at your sales team. So he can look through the sales team. He's just going to reach out and pinch and move through the sales team. So he can see exactly how his sales guys, how they're going. So to reiterate one more time what we've got here, oh, I should also say at the top, we're actually running figures on how many rows we're querying during this interaction. So far, 9.59 billion rows of data on the SAP HANA platform. But this is a global organization, right? So now maybe we want to look at a different marker. So we're just going to move that off and look at sales for cornflakes across the world. We're using a different marker, so Will's just going to look at a map of the world, and we get a heat-sensitive map of sales across our organization. Everything's looking pretty good. Slightly different color in South America. So Will is going to try and pinch on South America. And providing he's getting the right place, he should be able to get sales data for South America. Although the... oh, no, it's gone. What we are able to do is, again, we're using a slightly different augment here to be able to pinch, and we would get a sales chart data of exactly what's happening in South America. Okay, everything's fine in South America, as Will says. So what we've done is we've actually taken augmented reality. We've made it 3D by using a prime sense sensor, which allows us to go the step further from being abstracted from augmenting reality to actually interacting with it. We've based it on the SAP HANA platform, so we're able to look at real-time data. In our case, as I said, 1.2 billion rows of data. But that's not quite everything, because we thought, you know what? If you put this sort of technology in the hands of a CEO, he's just not going to want anything else, right? He's not going to want to deal with clunky user interfaces. In fact, a CEO, he's probably not going to want to deal with faces. So we built something else into the system, face recognition. So when Will here, our CEO, runs across his top sales guy, which is me, he should be able to, providing the light works. If I come back into the light. You got me? Okay, you'll see the latest, my latest sales data and also my latest email. So we're able to put facial recognition into this system as well, and it's all based on the HANA platform. So that's about it. Just to recap what we've done here. We built on the SAP HANA platform 1.2 million rows of data. We've taken augmented reality and actually allowed ourselves to manipulate the augment. We're able to zoom, click and zoom. And based on this, you know, the mobile phone's gone from a brick to what it is today. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do with this in the next 5 years. Thank you very much, and we'd welcome any questions. No? Yep.
Let me bring you the mic so that we capture it.
I don't know if you've tested any of that with any CEOs yet, but I was curious to understand, what do you think is like the big selling value proposition for using augmented reality versus just having all that data on your desk or on your computer? I mean, why use that versus just using my web page?
That's a very good question. There's a certain amount of okay, so trying to get a CEO to look at information can be tricky. They're very busy people. So one of the things is the ease of being able to look at the information rather than using a traditional device. There's also a certain cool factor to be able to do it like that. Certainly, I know in our organization, trying to get the top guys to look at any of the information because they're so busy is very difficult. So we can give them just that little bit extra, something different to be able to look at the data, then we might be able to get some decisions a bit quicker.
And it's also preemptive. So it's the first time where you're not asking for information, because, I mean, currently you have to get out your phone, you have to know the web page or the app that you have to use. It's actually, we're telling you information before you even need it or before you're asking for it. So it's just by looking at the product or by looking at the sales guide that you know all that information immediately. You haven't had to look it up.
Anyone else?
Yeah. I guess the question is, so this is all through the visual glasses, is that correct?
Correct.
The CEO would have to wear these glasses all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, to be honest, as technology develops and the glasses become more sophisticated, then it'll be a much easier system to interact with.
Anyone else? Could you talk a little bit more about, is it called HANA? HANA?
SAP HANA.
And sort of how, what that's doing for you, what it allows you to pull, what kind of data?
I mean, that's allowing us to kind of leverage the data. We're not having to worry about getting that data to the app. We actually try and preempt where a user's going with their hands, so we track the velocity and the motion of that. But then we can just, fire off the request and say we need this sales figures, and we can get it back almost instantaneously. We're not having to worry about like managing the data. We can concentrate on that front-end experience without having to kind of do all that kind of heavy lifting, as it were. And we can build, nice AR experience.
Okay. Given the fact that we had a full panel here and we were trying to run through for the schedule, if anybody has any questions for Gabriel Gerben or Ayaz, I'm pronouncing that right, you can ask questions of them as well if you have any. Anyone else?
I just wanted to know on the stairs, that's really cool. What kind of tolerances were you getting?
0.2%, so that's 0.2%. So that's accurate. That's accurate. Yeah, because now if they measure stair lifts, it's often made by hand, and they interpret a 7 for a 2, so that will be shipped somewhere to Australia, and that's 70 centimeters too short or too long. So those 3 millimeters are within the tolerance of their production. Yeah.
Let's get you the mic because we can't hear you over here.
I think on one of the products you showed about the interior design, you showed the multi-branded, which is very unique. A lot of other apps are mostly single-branded. So how do the multi-branded people agree? Different brands people agree to put all the content together in a single app, or you make a deal with them, or how does the process work?
Actually, we're building the apps for our customers, and our customers, they go to the brands. So it's not our problem. We're facilitating in that case. But you have to look. You have to make a switch. You have to look from a client perspective. If you buy furniture, you're not interested in one brand. You're interested in furniture that will be interested for you. So you will not buy just one branded thing. It can be an IKEA thing. Sorry for my title. It can be an IKEA thing with an Eileen Gray table or a Rolf Benz couch or whatever. It will be a mixture, but you have to make the switch from a consumer point of view and not from the retailers or suppliers.
Not you, let's say the client.
Well, it's an affiliate program, or it's an affiliate program, or they can white label it to specific brands.
Sorry, the app, what is the app called again?
Deco Labs.
So Deco Labs basically is providing the service to customers.
They're providing a service to their customers, and they get a return, a kickback fee for that. And it will be a maintenance service level.
So it's free to the customers, and then the furniture company's paid.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone else? All right. I think that's a wrap.